We'll see how that goes. Alright, Central Ohio. We are at, where are we at? December 15th? Oh, sorry, Saturday the 13th. Supposed to have a good snowstorm coming in, and well, you know, like most of us that work on things, we procrastinate till the last minute. Got 5 to 6 inches coming in snow, and about 3 or 4 months ago, I pulled this out of the trash. It is an MTD. It's a 4-stroke, so there's no oil and gas mix. It's got its own oil reservoir, so you don't have to mix 2-stroke fuel. What I do need to do, though, is because, well, it's not starting, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the bowl off, which is this piece here, carburetor. The bowl collects sediment. It collects any of the water that might get into the fuel tank, which is here. I'm going to figure out how to get that remounted. Anyway, a lot of times there's a tube in here called emulsion tube. I'll hopefully get to it. It's got little itty bitty tiny little holes in it, and a lot of times that gets clogged up with sediment. So let's break into this. There's still fuel in it. Other than its nasty smelling fuel, it's still fuel in it. So 10 millimeter head. It's typically either 3/8, 10 millimeter, or 1/4 inch is usually what it is. This one has a drain on it. I don't need to worry about the drain because I want to get straight to the bowl. And this is what happens. Being a snowblower, it gets used for, you know, in Ohio, it gets used for an hour or two. Oh yeah, look at that. Just to see what came out on my fingers. You can see all the dirt and grime and gross that came out. Ohio winters aren't usually, especially Central Ohio, aren't usually all that bad. So what happens is these things sit for 6, 8, 10 months without being used, and they get all the garbage in them. Wow, that's bad. Yeah. Let's see if that'll focus in on that. That's just a bunch of garbage. Yeah, so let's get that cleaned out real quick. Oops. Typically a quick clean with the just some brake clean usually takes care of it. Got some crusties in it. It's a little extra clean. Way better. This isn't perfect, but as long as you get all the heavy garbage out of it, it doesn't pick it up and try to shove it into the carburetor. So, what we got here? one thing you don't want to miss, you can't hardly see it, but there's an O-ring on each one of these. You don't want to lose because it will possibly help create a vacuum leak that will drive you crazy. Disconnect the linkage. On this one, you just take the throttle, push it all the way over, give this a little bend to the left here, and it pulls right out. So, just kind of get these off without damaging them. Doesn't even look like it's that one. Oh, there you go. And actually, it just looks like a sealer. It doesn't look like an O-ring. The gasket looked good enough. Oh, this is the my bad. The whole thing comes off. Oh, nice. So in here, there's a thing called an emulsion tube. We'll get that out. It's usually a flathead screw. It's usually brass. Alright, so float. This is the float. When they say the bowl float or carburetor float, this is what they're speaking of. It's hollow, and it does just that. This is supposed to move up and down, and when fuel's coming in, there's this little piece right here pushes up into a valve or into an orifice, and it seals it. Once it seals it, it doesn't allow fuel to come in here. So once you start it, it pulls fuel up through this orifice tube into the carburetor, goes into the engine, and as the fuel's taken out of the bowl, this drops and allows fuel to come back into the bowl. So kind of give you an idea of what direction I'm going with this. I think we're pretty good on this. This looks, well, a little stuck. We'll get that off and clean it, but I want that emulsion tube out, so I need to go get a thinner screwdriver. Alright, this might typically my screwdriver of choice. I'll be good. She's come right up out there. Sometimes these are cantankerous. Sometimes you can't get them out. They're so corroded in there. So, and it looks like this one's threaded all the way to the top. So it's going to be long-winded all the way up here. Almost there. There's that. Alright, the tube didn't come out with it. So, you won't be able to see it. You might be able to. Way deep in there. Right? The screwdriver tip's touching it. That's the top of the emulsion tube. Typically they get stuck and you have to make them come out. push that one down already. Not sure how it's going to come out now. Oh, there it is. So there's the emulsion tube. Is it focusing at all? Itty bitty tiny little holes. Comes up through here, gets pushed out these and up through here, and it atomizes the fuel. Those things get full of garbage. See how they pop? See how, I don't know if you can see. See how the comes out of there? Flip it around, make sure we're clear on the other side. Yep, that one's clear. Come on. That nice and clean. Typically when your mower won't run, this is the problem. This delivers the fuel out of the bowl into the carburetor. This is 99% of the time this has been a problem for me when the unit won't run. Clean out this emulsion tube. Clean this out real quick. Uh-oh. This may be a problem. So, this goes up on the bottom of the emulsion tube. It sits like that. The fuel's pulled up through there, and I just tried to blow brake clean through there, and it did not go through the other side. Nope, did not. We need to figure out. We need to get that clean. So with all the garbage that was in, whoops. For all the garbage that was in that bowl, I'm going to say this plugged up first. So what I'm going to try to do here, I got these little things called their micro drill bits, and see how it made it through there. Of course, this isn't the same size as the hole, it's smaller, but it gives you a really good idea how freaking small that hole really is. Once we get it cleaned out here a little bit, we'll run some brake clean through it. What I'm doing is just going in and out. So I bought these micro drill bits to work on the new Brayton Stratton plastic carburetors. Those new plastic ones, they have a tendency to get this hole in those is incredibly small. See how it's coming out the end now? That's what we want. Here. That's what we want. Whoa. Oh, yeah, now I've lost it. I'll be back. Alright. It was way easier than I thought. Usually things fall like this and they're lost forever in my garage. So, clean this out. Spray all this down. You know what? Screw all this up. Just for future reference, some plastics get eaten up by carb cleaner. That was one of them. Oh yeah, there we go. See how this bounces up and down now? That's free. It's a free floating float. Make sure that goes all the way through. It didn't, does now. Got everything cleaned up, and then we'll put it back together. So that portion right there goes in first. Put that on. Whoop, back up. Yeah, that goes in first. Put the part where the flathead is in there first. And the screw down, and if you can see it in there, right there where the screwdriver's at, the emulsion tube's now up and ready to pick up fuel. So again, make sure that's good. That's all good. This is all clean, ready to go. All good. We'll put that back together. Put the bolt back in. Give her a little tweak, snug. Carbs on there. So this correlates with a little hole that's in the carburetor, so make sure you put that back in the right location. Breather hose goes back on. Clamp back on it. It's happy. Whoop, got something. Spring, and it's whole. back where it belongs. Let's see how that goes. Breather hose is back on. I think because of the nature of what these are into, typically find air filters on them. All that. Now, I really haven't checked this. I've got this. Got to put this where it belongs. There we go. Easy fix. Easy peasy. Oh.